Hello YouTube and welcome to Mumford Family Living. So tonight I'm making beef stew. As you can see in this pot, I'm making vegetable broth. And what I've done is all my vegetable leftovers like tomato tops, celery, onion, garlic shavings, all of this I basically take and throw in here and cover it just enough with water and boil it. And that's how I get my broth. So what I'm going to do is put a lid on this and let this come to a boil. And then once it boils, I'll turn it down and let it simmer. And over here, I have my hamburger meat, which I've already seasoned, in my Dutch oven. And another ingredient I put in there that a lot of people don't think to do is a little bit of cinnamon. And the reason for this, it helps hold in a little bit of the juices and the flavor, because the fat is where all the taste is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown this up, and when I do, I'm going to scoop it out, and I'm going to use the juices to fry up my onion and my garlic. I will get to that point, and I will see you there. Okay, so sorry about that, it cut off in the middle of my video. But as you can see, I've removed all the hamburger meat out of there, so all that's left is the juices. And what I'm going to do is take my onion and garlic and toss in here. Try to get every bit of it. Turn this down a little bit. I'm basically going to stir these around until the onions become translucent. Now, if you can handle raw garlic and it doesn't bother you, see, us, it tends to upset some of our stomachs. So I tend to try to cook it before I let anybody have it. But I am going to let this simmer a bit and cook until this becomes translucent, and then I will be back with what to do next. Okay, so now my onions are starting to get there. So what I'm going to do is next take my other veggies I'm going to add in that are fresh, like this corn and this celery. I also have some diced tomatoes. I'm going to take and stir that around. Now what I'm going to do is I've got this on about medium to medium-low. I'm going to take my lid, put that on there for a minute. And as you can see, my broth, now my steam don't get to me here, is bubbling really nicely. So I'm going to let that bubble for about another 10-15 minutes. And I want to take that and strain that, and that's going to be used instead of water in my recipe. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit, and then I will continue from there. Okay, so now I've mixed everything mixed everything else back into it. So now I'm going to take my beef broth, and get it open. It calls for 4 cups, which that's one of these. And I'm going to pour that in. Alright, there's that. Okay, also I'm going to add 3 cups of my vegetable broth that I just made. Along with a package of noodles. I'll add that, and then I will continue from there. Okay, to this I'm also going to add basil. And some oregano. And then I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then I will show you what to do from there. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm also going to add a can of diced tomatoes, which I'm using the fire roasted, since this is kind of a hearty stew. And we use everything, the sauce, the tomatoes, and everything out of the can. Okay, now I will let that come to a boil, and I will take it from there. Okay, so my stew's come to a boil, so I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to put my lid on and let this simmer for about an hour. And then what that'll do is help cook the noodles and soften them up, and all the hard vegetables that we're throwing in there, it'll help cook them and soften them. But after that's done, I will come back to it. In the meantime, my leftover broth that I made, it's right here. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to store it in a bottle in the fridge. As you can see, I've got this nice and cleaned out. It was an apple cider vinegar bottle. Now, you can do one of two things. You can either save this in the fridge for, I'd say, a week or two, depending on how quickly you're going to use it. Or you can also freeze it in freezer bags or in ice cube trays, which is another option. You can freeze it in ice cube trays and then break them off into a bag, and you can use them accordingly. But anyway, I will get to... Okay, so it's the last 10 minutes of the stew being cooked. I've taken and added a bag of classic mixed vegetables just to give a little extra vegetables into it. Now what I'm going to do is for the last 10 minutes I'm going to let those kind of cook in and heat up and cook a little bit. So I'm going to take and put my lid back on. And let it simmer. and when it's done, I will let you see what it looks like. Okay, well, it is officially done. As you can see, everything in there is nice and cooked together. And we've already tried to taste it, and it tastes amazing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. And look forward to any comments or likes or any recommendations. Anyway, thank you for watching, and once again, from our family to yours, we appreciate you watching.